Okay, everybody, let's keep it down here a minute. Got time to start. Hey, everybody, Father Peter here. You may be noticing the lid here today. I don't know if you've seen any pictures lately of Vince Lombardi standing on the sideline. I saw one recently. He was standing there with his hat on and his coat and his tie and his arms like this, and I thought he looked like the man. And I happened to see a picture of Bear Bryant not too long ago, and he had the hat on, and so I got the hat on. So just a few words. You can't see that behind you. There's a group of adults here. And this is the topic here, folks. Today we're talking about the Lions Bowl. It's adult versus youth this Sunday, and just got to say we got to be on our game. Many of you were there in the early going. I mean, I remember the first game. I was QBing it on first play. I thought, what do we got here? We got to set up kind of like this, and ball coming back to quarterback here, and I was like, well, what should a good church team do? We're going to start off Hail Mary. A lot of people keep Hail Mary to the end. We're going to go Hail Mary right away. And so I said to Steve Borsey, I said, listen, I know there's about 400 of them, but there's one of you, and you're twice the size of these people. So I know they're faster, but just lumber your way out to the end zone, and I'm gonna haul back, and that's what happened. And I mean, I hope you don't take it as bragging. I mean, right out of my hand, the spiral was Drew Brees quality kind of thing, and I mean, it was out, and I was kind of like this, and there was the ball sailing, and there was Steve Borsey waiting for the ball, and I was already in this motion, and I'm not quite sure how it happened, but somewhere along the line, all those people who were half his height. Now, maybe it's because Steve can't jump. I'm not quite sure, but anyway, we got picked off on the first play. So we're not doing that anymore here. So I mean, this is really for adults, and if there's any youth watching this, I hope you won't, you just turn it off now, because we're going to talk about a few plays. So I've already been through the Hail Mary here, but I've been spending up late nights, and I've been studying Bill Belichick. I mean, I can't stand the Patriots, but I thought maybe I'd learn something from their playbook, and I didn't find much that was helpful. I mean, I know they've won the Super Bowl, but I actually went to the Bible here, and I found some really good plays in the Bible here. So, guys, whoa, just pay attention here, okay? So, same sort of thing. There's, maybe 4 or 5, 6 or 7 of us, and 200-300 of these ute. But no problem here. So one of the early plays I wanted to think about here is, it's not just the Hail Mary, but I'm interested in the cross of Christ, okay? And in the cross of Christ, we're coming out here and kind of in this shape here. So, I mean, some people kind of call that a downabout. We're called that a cross of Christ. Other things here, I think we've tried this in the past here, the St. Paul's missionary journey. Remember that one? Paul took 3 trips around the Mediterranean. So I think we'll have 3 people take a trip around the Mediterranean here. That's got some hope to it. Now, I'm just saying, in the past, the Packers had the big sweep here, and we did have a little bit of help with this. We take these guys, we're moving them over here, put everybody on one side. The ball comes back here, we pitching it, and we're all going to come this way, kind of like the Packers sweep. But I tend to think of that as the church triumphant, right? From Judea to Samaria to the ends of the earth. We want to come all the way around on that. And finally, if it's just not going so well here, and we're under attack here, I'm going to come over here. On the ball height here, I'd like us to do a tried and true Walsh always winner. It's called scrambled eggs. And so you just kind of go like this, and it kind of looks like this, and this person, and then it gets tossed here, and this person comes back and gets it, and then doesn't know what to do and sort of runs over here, and then things aren't going so well. And these guys, you see them running out, and then we got one person who actually can run in the end zone, but the problem is quarterback actually can't throw it that far because, well, actually we're bankers or something like that, haven't been practicing. But this is scrambled eggs, and we're going to be using that play a bit as kind of our bread and butter, even though it's scrambled eggs. Just a few other things about the game. Remember, it's not 3 Mississippi, it's 3 Maranatha. Maranatha, Maranatha, Maranatha. Then you can go try to tackle the quarterback and kill him. But 3 Come Lord Jesus is before you get there. And finally, just to say, there's been some rumors about water into wine on the sidelines. I don't know about that. I haven't been in touch with Jesus on that one. But there might be water into hot chocolate, for instance. I know it's not in the Bible, but maybe it could have been. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe that's in some apocryphal books we haven't found yet. The old water into hot chocolate. So, just saying, this Sunday is Youth Sunday. I know I'm talking about the football game at noon. Actually, the real action is at 10 o'clock. Elizabeth Luchs is going to preach. This is a young woman who I hold in the highest and greatest of esteem, and I hope you'll come and hear what she has to say, because she has something to say. So see you at church, because it's actually the place to be. God bless you. Go Adults in the Lion's Bowl. Amen.